The reason why I got a personal trainer was to help me get motivated. If you go to the gym, there's no structure to what you do. You just tend to sort of spend an hour, and if you're tired you can stop. So you don't really get pushed to what you're really capable of. So it's a matter of getting a structure in your training regime, and also to get somebody to motivate you, because even the best people need coaches. Well, the expectations I had with the training was that I had an open mind. There were several reasons why I wanted to get a personal trainer. I've tried all the other bits and pieces. I've tried to run on my own. It wasn't very enjoyable, because I was running with people who have either never done it before, so they didn't know how to train, or they've run before, and they'll be running so fast that, you know, I would be literally sick. And so you need to build it gradually. So a trainer will monitor each individual's performance and set their capability levels and build the strength up on a gradual basis. And as you become stronger and stronger, you become better and fitter. And that's my preconceived idea. What's changing my lifestyle? Well, we're more aware, and I'm more of a sporting family rather than being sedentary. I run my own business, and it is very stressful, and sometimes you come home from work and you're absolutely goosed when you get home. So, you know, to get into some sort of fitness regime helps you in your work. It helps you feel good about yourself, I think both mentally and physically. Everybody works at their own pace. You know, certainly from my point of view, I had a lot of backache problems, definite backache problems when I first started, before I first started training, and I don't have backache at all. In fact, I think you remember, Tom, when I ran the first couple of times, I kept saying that after about half a mile, my back was aching when I was running, and it was because I was getting so used to standing in a non-standard position that my body just found it most comfortable to be like that, and I had to recruit the right muscles, and whilst it was a bit painful, or it was challenging to get to that, I find that now I can run and I don't have any backache problems at all. Good sessions, and some sessions which are probably not so good, and it's nothing to do with the quality of training. It's down to me. One example was last Saturday. I got up quite late, and I train at 7 o'clock every morning, and I jumped out of bed at 5 to 7 and I felt terrible. But the one thing that I was pleased about is that we didn't go into some gruelling sweat busting session from the first minute, because that really would have made it difficult. I think there was a gradual build up, and I think you've got to look at each person and how they respond to training. Well, the killer ones for me were the kettlebells at the beginning, because they were really tough, but it was very good for my glutes and my back. The Turkish get-ups are very difficult. I remember when I first started, I couldn't even do 2 or 3 of those properly. I really struggled. But now, you know, we can quite easily get through a program of 10 at a time. A good fitness regime helps you to deal with your stress, and it helps you try to focus the mind. The most enjoyable part of the training are is the weights. My physical body I'm quite strong on the top half, particularly my shoulders and my arms, and I actually enjoy the weights where you're lying on the floor and you're pushing up. I actually find it quite not easy. I don't want to tell Tom that's easy, because he'll give me heavier weights. But I find it quite enjoyable to do that, and same for the press-ups. I'm fine with the press-ups. those are the ones that I particularly enjoy most. It's the actual strength building exercises that I like. The worst ones are the circuits, because they kill you. If you're going on, it might look easy if you're doing circuit training where you're running, so you're walking, jogging, and then sprint. You know, after a few goes on that, your lungs are ready to burst, and it's very tough. The Turkish get-ups are quite difficult, and whilst I'm better at those, I probably don't enjoy it. But this is why you get a personal trainer, because sometimes you have to do exercises and you have to do a regime which brings you out of your comfort zone, and that's why you need to have a trainer. If you didn't do that, if you weren't pushed, you would work to your own sort of capability, and then you'd pull yourself back and stop. And I think the frustrating part about that is that you probably won't develop, or you won't grow. My number one piece of advice is get yourself a personal trainer. It works. You have to invest in your health, and you have to invest in your well-being. People spend money going out and go to the pub all the time, which is nothing wrong with that, but some people do it all the time. Some people spend a fortune going to the gym, and they get very limited results, because you're not training with somebody who does it all the time. Like in any business, you know, good businesses need consultants to advise them and guide them on how best to operate the business. That goes with a trainer who knows you physically. Before you do the training, you know, you're not thrown into a training session. You're weighed, you're marked out, your body fat's measured, so that everybody trains within the limits in a safe and comfortable way. Because if you trained in the wrong way, which can quite often happen if you're inexperienced or you're not sure what to do, it can actually do more harm than good. In terms of motivation and the coaching, absolutely, because any good business has to have a coach. You know, the best football teams have a coach. They don't just go out on the field and play football. As I run my own business, I need to have people around me that support me in what I do, whether it's mentally or physically. So it's priceless to have a coach, because that person knows you well. His training session is different to how he would train somebody else, because you're different. So, you know, it's tailored towards you. So I would recommend it without any hesitation.